You don't deserve to be my son's wife. How come you're always hanging out with your friends?
What is this all of a sudden?
I heard from Tony that you're always out. He says he hasn't been able to have any conversations with you lately.
He was venting to you again?
Poor Tony for having a wife who goes out all the time.
The reason I'm out is work.
You can't fool me. You even called my son a jobless guy who just works from home. You're a devil.
Tony held a grudge against me for that. That's why he complained to you about me.
YouTubers are wonderful jobs too. How dare you disrespect him? That's disgusting.
Can we talk about this later? I'm working right now.
Don't lie to me. You're still just hanging out for fun, aren't you?
I'm telling you the truth.
Every time I see you, your nails are different.
You don't believe me that I work because of my nails?
Obviously, it's impossible to work with those fancy nails.
It's a job where my nails won't be a problem.
Nonsense. I bet you can't even cook a single meal with nails like that.
I do all the housework.
You just leave the cleaning to that robot vacuum cleaner. Plus, with a dishwasher and washing drying machine, there's not much chores left anyways.
I have a job and have to work during the day. I need to rely on those things to keep the house running.
You're 30 now, right? There's no sign of even having a baby.
That's between me and your son. You should stay out of it.
Are you saying I shouldn't hope for grandchildren? You're a terrible woman.
I'm the one who's going to give birth and raise the child.
How cocky. Fulfilling my dream of spending time with adorable grandchildren is part of filial piety.
But it's wrong to force me.
Have a baby ASAP. If you can't, divorce my son.
Enough of this. If you don't stop, I shall get angry.
Tony said it's hard for him to be with you.
I see. We'll talk about it.
I am his mother. I have the right to give you my opinion too.
I understand your opinion very well. I have work to do, so I'll talk to you another time.
Wait a minute. I'm not finished yet.
My name is Sally. I'm 30 years old and work full-time. I met my husband at the beauty school we both went to. We hit it off straight away by having similar hobbies and started dating. After years of dating, we finally got married 2 years ago. At first, our marriage was happy, but recently, my husband has been complaining to his mother about me. Every time he does this, I get an angry text from my mother-in-law. We've tried discussing it as a couple, but I've been too busy with my work and couldn't make enough time. Then, my mother-in-law started to meddle in our problems and even caused a big fiasco. 1 month later.
The move is completed. It was really tough to move all that stuff in.
I haven't heard anything about your move.
That's why I'm telling you right now.
So you're telling me after it's done?
The old house was getting old, so I've been thinking about it for a while.
I agree that the house was pretty damaged, but this is too sudden.
After my husband passed away last year, I had to pay the property tax.
Well, since you're the owner of the house now, that'll be your responsibility.
No one would like the idea of having to pay for a house that's in shambles, right? I inherited $200,000 in savings from my husband, but it'd be a waste to use it to fix the house.
That's why you moved out?
Yes.
Well, it was leaking badly, so I think it was the right thing to do. I just wish you would have told us beforehand.
I didn't have time to discuss it. Just a few days ago, there was a concert in LA that I had to go to.
Is that the K-pop artist group that you're into?
Yes. This house had a leak during the heavy rain a month ago, and my important posters were ruined. But my sadness was blown away by seeing them in person.
By the way, where are you moving to?
I moved into your apartment. It was hard to carry all my stuff up to the second floor.
Huh? You're kidding, right?
I'm so glad Tony gave me a spare key. From now on, I'll be able to live in elegant retirement with Tony's earnings.
Why didn't you ask me in advance? You can't just do that without my permission.
What's the point in asking someone who's going to leave?
What are you talking about?
I don't want a daughter-in-law who lies about having work and doesn't do any housework. Now, get out.
Stop with the crazy talk. Have you told Tony about this?
I was going to tell him today, but he wasn't home this morning. I'm going to make a surprise announcement when he gets home.
Oh, today was the day.
Tony makes good money, so I'm sure he had something related to his work today.
How did you manage to get all your stuff in here in the first place? When I visited your house before, there were a tremendous number of items related to your favorite artist.
Once I got rid of your personal belongings, I was able to get all my stuff into the house.
What?
I sold them. You had nice clothes, luxury bags, and shoes, so the total price was $5,000.
Oh my God.
With this much money, I can plan another trip to go to the concert.
I'm going home now. I'll have to call Tony too.
It's no use calling him. Tony has been bad-mouthing you every day. I'm sure he'll be happy about this situation.
I feel kind of sick.
Can you stop playing the victim? It's all your fault, you know.
Anyway, I'll have to discuss this with Tony. Please don't cause any more trouble.
No matter how hard you try, you will still have to leave this house.
That night, we finalized our discussion, so I'd like to have a chat with the three of us.
You two haven't come home yet. Where's my son?
He's with me now. I wanted to talk with Tony first, with just the two of us.
He's tired from work. Why can't you just let him rest?
Anyway, I'm going to create a chat group and invite you and Tony.
I don't want a divorce.
What are you talking about? You hate her, right?
Tony, you have to talk in order, or else your mother will get confused.
I'm here to support you, so you can tell your true feelings now, Tony.
I'm the one to blame. Sally didn't do anything wrong.
Until recently, you were complaining so much about Sally. What has happened to you?
Sally has been working so hard to support me. She's the best wife I could ever hope for. And yet, I was such an idiot.
She's a woman who's only interested in her looks and doesn't do chores. She is nowhere near your best wife. She must have made you say that. Poor Tony.
Sally is perfect at both her job and chores.
She leaves the housework to the home appliances, and she has no real job. That's the truth, right?
You have no idea what I do outside the house.
You're just hanging out, having fun with Tony's earnings. I know everything.
I work as a professional nail artist.
What?
While working as a personal nailist for celebrities, I also teach at a beauty school.
No kidding.
How about you look up my name with your phone?
Oh my God! It's true! You have so many followers on Instagram.
I do nails for many magazines too.
Your Wikipedia shows how much you're loved by these celebrities. Unbelievable.
I sometimes use my own nails to try out new designs and post on Instagram. That's why my nails change frequently.
But you don't make much money, right?
I make about $80,000 a year.
Oh, that's better than I thought.
And I pay most of the living expenses, including the apartment rent.
Then how much do you earn, Tony?
Tony, you'd better explain yourself.
Mom, I'm sorry. I lied a little.
What do you mean?
I don't have a job now.
What?
You know I used to work at a hair salon, right?
But your boss was hard on you, and it almost mentally broke you, so you quit. Right after that, you started uploading beauty-related videos to YouTube. I thought you said you were making money from that.
That's right, but the earnings don't even go up to $100.
You're not making any money at all.
That's why we had to live on my earnings. But when considering our future, I thought this wasn't good for him. So 6 months ago, we made a promise.
What promise?
If his YouTube channel won't make enough money within 6 months, he would have to close the channel and get a new job. If he can't do that, I told him I'll divorce him.
You were going to break up with him?
I didn't want to, but I couldn't think of a future with someone who can't think of family first.
As the deadline approached, I became more and more frustrated, and I complained to you about Sally. Hearing that, you went berserk and caused all this trouble.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. So if Tony is unemployed now, that means you're getting divorced?
No, we're not getting a divorce. Tony got a new job.
Really?
I complained about Sally, but I knew I had to do better as her husband. I applied for a new job and had an interview a week ago.
He got a job offer and went to the company today to introduce himself and learn about the training process.
I had no idea.
I've been selfish up until now and put Sally through a lot of trouble. From now on, I want to be a good husband and do my best as a father too.
A father? You guys don't have kids yet.
Actually, I'm pregnant.
What?
After that conversation we had a month ago, I got sick and went to the hospital, and they told me I was pregnant.
Does that mean I'm going to be a grandmother?
Well, I guess so.
Sally, I'm sorry for everything I've done. I was wrong about everything. If you have a job and a child, I won't interfere anymore. Let me support you too from now on.
No, I'm cutting ties with you, Mom.
What? I told you my dream is to have a happy retirement with my grandchildren. How can you take away my dream?
This time, you went too far. I want you to leave tomorrow.
Oh no! How am I supposed to live?
You inherited a fortune from Dad, right? That's all you need to make a living. You can easily find a place to live.
No!
You inherited $200K, right? You should still have enough money to move to a new place.
I spent it all on my favorite artists.
That K-pop group?
They had a special event in Korea, so I had to go. And other than LA, I also went to other concerts held around the US.
You used up $200K in a year? How many times did you ride a plane?
I went to the aesthetic salon, nail salon, and beauty salon regularly, so that I will look younger. I also recently started going to a gym and hired a personal trainer.
You can't be serious.
One day, when I checked my account, I realized that my savings had run out. Now my only income is my pension.
That's why you wanted to move into our place.
I thought if Tony gets divorced and Sally moves out, I'll have enough space to put my K-pop merch.
Sally, I'm really sorry.
I'm beyond angry. I'm dumbfounded. In the meantime, I'm also canceling the lease on the apartment.
You're moving out?
Tony already gave you a spare key, so I thought it'd be safer if we moved out.
What about me? Where should I live?
I just found a room online that's ready to move in. It's a studio with shared restrooms, but they say the utility is included in the rent, which is $800. Cheap, right?
Shared restrooms?
You can start living there tomorrow.
Where are you two right now?
What are you going to do with that information?
It's going to be bad for your child if you don't come home. I've been through a pregnancy myself. I'll support you so you can come home in peace and let me live in this lovely apartment too.
We're at my sister's house.
Your sister?
She works as a midwife, so she says she'll support me.
Does that mean I'm not needed?
Unless you hadn't tried to kick me out, I wouldn't have come to my sister's place because I didn't want to cause her any trouble. But now that I'm here, we were able to have a long chat, and now I'm free of worries thanks to her. In a way, I'm grateful for that.
Even before she got pregnant, Sally wanted to visit her sister since she hadn't seen her for a while.
I was really too busy, having no private time. I'm glad I finally took some time off and spent some relaxing time with my sister.
Then, that's where I'll go now.
I've already told my sister about you, so no one will let you in. I also told my parents what you did, so you can't expect to get any information from them either. I will call the police in case you try to break in.
You and Tony had a talk and settled the matter, right? If you're not getting a divorce, why are you cornering me like this?
Aren't you forgetting something?
What?
My personal belongings. You sold them all, didn't you?
Then I'll call them right now and have them returned. So please forgive me.
I already made the call.
You did?
I went home a moment ago.
You left without saying anything. I thought you went out for work again, but...
I was going to ask you where you sold them, but I saw a purchase slip on the table. I just took it and left.
You're getting back your stuff then?
There is a return process and everything, so it will take a few days. But if you're willing to pay back the $5,000, they'll give it all back.
Do I have to return the money?
Of course you have to return the money.
I don't have the money anymore. I spent it all to buy the collaboration item my favorite artist produced.
Then shall I pay $5,000 instead?
Sally, you don't have to do anything. This is all my fault. I'll take care of this.
You just got a new job and have no money saved up.
That's...
Thank you, Sally. I'm touched by your generosity.
Instead, I want nothing to do with you anymore. Don't ever contact us again, including our unborn child. If you can keep this promise, I'll pay the $5,000.
Oh, no!
No matter what misunderstanding you may have had, what you did was stealing. In other words, a crime.
That's such an exaggeration.
Since all my things will be returned, I didn't file a police report. But if I couldn't get them back, I wouldn't have hesitated at all to call the police.
We are family.
Most of the items were important memories and gifts from family, friends, and customers who appreciated my work. How could you sell them without permission? Can't you understand what it feels like to have others sell your precious items?
That all started from the misunderstanding. If only Tony hadn't complained in the first place, I wouldn't have done this, okay?
And of course, Tony. He started all this, so I will punish him properly. You'll have to put your entire salary into the joint account.
I'll do anything for you and our baby.
Of course, you will help me with the housework and child rearing. If you try to deceive me in any way, we'll get a divorce.
I will definitely do my best. I will never betray you again. You have my word.
I'm counting on you.
Oh no! I can't see my grandson, and my son has abandoned me.
I'm going home with Tony tomorrow morning. You have to finish packing by then, okay?
What should I do with all these things?
Later on. After that, my mother-in-law found out my sister's address and came to apologize. She got down on her knees on the front porch, begging to let her in and see me in person. But of course, my sister and her husband wouldn't open the door. They told her that if she stayed any longer, they would call the police. She gave up and left. It was a mystery how she found out, but later, I heard she found the Christmas card from my sister, which had her address. The next day, my husband took her to the cheap studio we found online. She signed a contract so that she could move in immediately. She left our place with all the K-pop items. By the way, no buyer has appeared yet for my mother-in-law's house, so she still has to pay property tax after all. Now she can't afford to go to her favorite concerts and is living a life of poverty and loneliness. As for my husband, he has changed after becoming a father. He is now working hard and helps me with the chores. Recently, he has been studying more about childcare than I do. Once, I thought about divorcing him, but I'm glad I didn't, seeing him trying to be a good father and a good husband. Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Otherwise, please let us know what you think in the comments section below. Please subscribe to our channel. Your ratings and comments will help us in the future. We also have many other inspirational videos. Please take a look at the videos on our channel. See you in the next video.